Hey, hello again, everybody. Santa Claus back again with, excuse my wet hair. Just got out of the shower. The wife and daughter, Myrna, they just went over to the sister's house again, as they do every day. So I like to do videos about now, because I got the place to myself. It's nice and quiet. My second video of the day here. I try to do at least one every day for all you new subscribers that just have caught on recently. And that's what my video is about today, is because I have some new subscribers that may not know a little bit about me. So I figured I'd put it out there for you again. I used to go by the name of Dingalan Dan when I first started this channel, because I bought a property in Dingalan. Actually, I thought I bought a property, and I'll get to that in a minute. But we heard through one of my wife's relatives, very close family member, that there was a property available right on the beach. About an acre of land, if you know what an acre is. Square meters, I think it's about, I can't remember now, 900 maybe. But it's about a US acre. Right on the beach, Pacific Ocean, view of the Sierra Madres. Beautiful location. Didn't have much there on the property, just had one existing building and another building that was all rotten that we had to tear down. But the guy that was there was an old man. He's still alive, and he had been living there for years, 30, 40 years on the property. But he was getting older, and he didn't really want to take care of it. So they put it out that it was going to be for sale. Only to a family member. He didn't want to really leave unless there was a family member. So I came along because I had just moved here permanently and was looking for something else other than this house in Batangas, where I really wanted to live on the beach somewhere. And it's a real resort town. It's a real resort community. Tons of resorts there. It's called the Barangay. It's called Mataway in Dingalan. Beautiful area. Very well known for resorts. So I said, okay, let's do it. I said, just make sure all the paperwork's in order. Are you sure it's got a title? Oh yeah, we're sure. They're working on it. They have to do some things to it to put it in order. I said, okay, this was me trusting the old man, trusting the family members. Told me there was a title. Well, let's move on a little bit further. So I ended up building Kubos there. I built a house there. I built a resort-style restroom for men and women. Dirty kitchen. Put probably 1 million pesos, maybe more, maybe 2 million, into the place to get it ready to be a resort and open for business. So we had everything ready to go. And then COVID hit, lockdown. Pretty much ruined my first year I was going to be in business. If you go back and watch some of my older videos called Dingalan Dan, you can see the whole area. You can see everything I did. And I urge you to do that. Look at them. So you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, no luck. Everything was on a standstill. And then we had another disaster called Ulysses. was a typhoon that came through there. A lot of you heard of it. And that destroyed all my bamboo kubos. And it also temporarily destroyed one of my other buildings, but since then has been repaired. But I had kubos on the beach, I had kubos on the side, ready to be rented. All gone. They're all destroyed. So that's 2 strikes. 2 strikes already. What's the 3rd strike? The title. The big strike. So while we were there on lockdown, we were stuck there for 4 months. So we had time to do a lot of research. A lot of research on the property. And we asked everybody we knew, everybody that's lived there for years. Barangay captain, the old one, the new one, the native people. There's native people that own a lot of property in that area. The neighbors, people that lived there all their lives that we made friends with. Everybody we could think of, we asked. And people helped us. People helped us dig and dig and dig. And my wife did most of the digging because, of course, she's the translator. I really don't speak Tagalog. Trying to learn a little bit, but that's another subject. But she's a big help with that kind of stuff. And it was her family members anyway that steered us there. So we come to find out that our property is owned by the native people, like 26 native people altogether. And that the old man that was living there for 30, 40 years had no rights to sell the place. He was just living there on rights himself. So basically what he did was just sold us his rights to live there, which if I had known in the first place, I wouldn't have gone through for that. I mean, I paid him close to 3 million pesos for a title to own the place. I didn't go there for rights. And rights, for those who don't know, means you just have the right to live there for as long as you want. Nobody's going to kick you out. Nobody's going to make you leave. But you don't own it. You just have rights to live there. So I can never sell it unless I ever get a title. Which I don't think is ever going to happen, to be honest with you guys. And like I said, if I had known all this in the beginning and just did a little more research probably and not trusted family members and people telling me things, I could have avoided this. But now basically, hey, the money's spent. The guys got my money. It's already spent. And all I have is a piece of paper saying I have rights to be there. It's not entirely a bad thing because, like I said, nobody's going to kick us out. Nobody's going to tell us we have to leave. But if I decide I don't want to be there anymore, I can't sell it. I just have to pass it on. So, well, my daughter will get it eventually, and then her family. As far as I know, it can be passed on forever. But, I had a lot of high hopes for the place. I had a lot of positive things that I was going to build a resort there. I was going to live my retirement years happily there. I was going to have a little bit of income from the resort. And just enjoy myself. But now I got 3 strikes on the place. It's bitter. It's a bitter taste in my mouth. And I don't know if I even want to live there. Maybe it's be a good little vacation place. But as far as from here, it's a 6-hour drive. And whenever we leave here, 6 hours there, 6 hours home, it's a big deal. 6 hours might not sound like a lot, but it's a pain in the neck because a lot of the roads are 1 lane each way. You got to pass all kinds of big trucks and everything, tricycles and mountain roads, and it's to me it's not a fun drive. Some people it might be. I don't know, if I had a nice fast motorcycle, it might be a fun road trip to cruise there. but then my family wouldn't be able to come. It would just be me. So I don't know. That's one reason I'm trying to sell this house. It's because I'm stretched too thin on 2 properties, especially with no income, no retirement. I don't have my retirement yet for any new subscribers out there that don't know my situation. I'm 61. I don't have Social Security yet. I don't have any pension because I was a bartender for 25 years, and they didn't offer any pensions for bartenders. I did have a 401k, but that was small, and it was cashed in. So I'm living on everything I sold in the United States: my house, my cars, all my collectibles, motorcycles, everything I had. So I'm kind of thin. On what I have. I got to really, really budget my money. But once we sell this house, I'll be in a little better situation. Now, once again, we'll probably go to Dingalan, but is it where I want to live forever? I don't think so, no. It's too bitter of a taste in my mouth. It's okay for part-time. So what am I going to do? I don't know. And another thing is, I have a nice truck I'm sure you guys have seen. I also have a video on that. A mosquito flying around here. And I don't want it to get rusted out, all the electronics and the steel and all that. If you park something like that on the beach for a long period of time, even if you have an enclosed garage, everything's going to get rusted. The salt air will destroy all your electronics. It'll destroy all the steel if you leave it there for years and years, and that's your parking spot. That's another reason I don't want to really park my vehicle there. So even if I did move there, I'd probably have to find another place to keep my truck, and just take my scooter to my truck in case I ever need to use my truck, and just take it back and forth. Or just sell it altogether, which I don't want to do. I like the truck. It's a nice truck, comes in handy. Especially there in Dingalan where the roads weren't good. Now they're fixing all the roads. Hopefully by the time we get back there, they'll all be done. You can see my videos on that too, the road repair there. Once it's all done, it's going to be nice. Straight shot. And no more potholes and bumpy roads. That was a main big problem going there. The roads were terrible. But they're working on it. They've been working on it. But I think the lockdown, held up the progress. But once it's all done, it's going to be beautiful again. It's going to be a nice place, except for the typhoons, which don't happen that often. It's not a major, major problem, and it didn't destroy my main house. But it did destroy the wall all the way around. We had a cement wall all the way around. It destroyed a lot of it. And again, as I said, bamboo, any kind of bamboo house or kubo, they were all totally destroyed. So that's it. That's the story, folks. Now you know a little bit more about me and my situation. That's why Santa Claus is trying to get out of here. And for people that say, why don't you just stay here? I don't want to stay here. There's nothing here for me. This area is nice. It's a nice place to hang, but it's just not for me. There's nothing for me to do here. There is a beach close by. You can take the scooter down there, the car. It's called Wawa Beach. That's where the Taal volcano is, which, by the way, is still level 2. No real news on it. No more activity. Everything's fine there. But that's the only beach close by. Now, Batangas has a ton of beaches. If you look on YouTube and you do a search on Batangas, there's a bunch of beaches here. But you have to go more towards Batangas City. We're not actually in Batangas City. We're in an area called Tanawan, which is closer to the Taal volcano. But you can actually look it up, Tanawan, Google Maps or whatever you want to do, and see where I'm at. But there are a lot of beaches, a lot of resorts in Batangas also, which we haven't even seen. I mean, I've been here 3 years now, and we really haven't traveled out. Because this COVID has put a damper on all the travel and stuff. I think once kids can travel, maybe we'll get Catherine in the truck and we'll go to some of the resorts here in Batangas since they're close by. It'd be nice to do some videos and some visits there. I've seen other vloggers do some videos here in Batangas. I just have to find out where they are, do a Waze on it, and track them down. But there's a couple of vloggers that done several videos on the nice beaches here and the nice resorts in Batangas. But I think eventually I need to go like condo, and maybe a condo closer to Dingalan, maybe Subic or something like that, Cebu. Who knows? I don't know. If I go that close, then I'm only 2 hours away from Dingalan, which is much, much better than 6 hours and having to go through Manila every time I do it. That's the main part I hate, is having to drive through Manila to get there. But you have to get to Dingalan, you have to drive through Manila. So maybe that's a good idea to do eventually, is to get a little condo closer to Dingalan. Because probably right now is a good time to look for one. Because with all this COVID and all this lockdown, I don't think many things are selling. I really don't. But in the Philippines, that's not really a factor either. Because people sit on their properties here. If they don't get their price, they rather leave them vacant. Even rents. I've heard from quite a few vloggers that they don't lower their rents. If they don't get their price, don't leave them vacant, which I can't figure out. I'd rather have some money than no money, but that's my thinking. But I heard there is some good deals on condos, especially in Manila. But who wants to live in Manila? I don't. Anyway, so that's my situation, everybody. I urge you to go back and look at some of the Dingalan Dan stuff. You can see I had a really short beard. My hair wasn't this long. That's why I didn't call myself Santa Claus back then. But I look like him now, I know. But you watch him. Watch him if you're interested at all, and you'll see what a beautiful place it is. But this struggle of the title, man, I don't know if it's ever going to be solved. I'm thinking about getting an attorney. I know that will cost some money. And taking this guy I gave the cash to, even though he's a family member. You know, I have to try to recover some money. Now, like I said, I think he spent all the money I gave him, but he does have family. And maybe they're going to have to come up with some cash. But I don't know. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be still probably take years. And who knows if he might end up not being around any longer. He's like I said, he's fairly old. He looks pretty healthy, but who knows? And once something happens to him, forget it. I'll never recover any money. So I might have to just kiss that goodbye. I might just say, there's no way I'm ever going to get it back. But that's one thing you got to know, people. Don't trust anybody here when it comes to money, when it comes to property. I mean, even family members, make sure you see that title in hand. That was my big mistake. I never saw it. But they promised, oh, it's there. They have a title. Yes, we have it. Don't trust anybody, everybody, nobody, anybody. Just take my word for it. They might get mad if they watch this video, but I'm not mentioning any names. They know who they are. Everybody knows who they are. It's tough. It's not a good thing. It's not a good situation. Uh, the only positive thing I have out of it is, like I said, I do have rights there now. I have paperwork as far as nobody's going to kick me out. But I don't have ownership. That's what I paid for. I paid for ownership, and I didn't get ownership. That's why I'm upset. And if anybody can't understand that, hey, that's their problem. So with that said, at least you guys know my situation now. At least you know a little bit more about me. Just be careful out there. Be careful when you're dealing with anything that has to do with money. But until next time, I think that's going to do it for me. Unless I think of something else. Just take care of yourself. Be wise. I mentioned it before, if you get a gut feeling that something's not right, don't do it. Just be on the lookout for anything that might knock you down. Okay? I'm not saying this was a scam or nothing like that. It might have just been a misunderstanding on everybody's part. But when it's a misunderstanding with my money, my hard-earned money, that I have no more of, no income, yeah, I take it hard. I take it personal. So, take care of yourself, your friends, your family, your pets. Be kind to everybody. Hopefully they'll be kind to you. I always look at do unto others as you want them to do unto you, onto you. That's why I try to be kind and nice to everybody. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Well, hopefully they'll show me the same kindness, the same respect. That's how I try to live my life. So I hope you guys out there do the same. God bless everyone. That's going to do it for this episode. Santa Claus, now living in the Philippines. God bless everyone. Over and out.